Oh, oh! It's Michael Gascon, the Horse Guru, and we are back for another edition of Horse Talk Live, where we will dissect some videos and see if we can help some folks out. Yeah.
That's fine. It's not going to fall on you.
We have had an awesome week. We've been working training horses and sell horses. We have a lot of exciting things coming up with this Horse Help Challenge. We also are rolling out a in-house financing program that we are super excited about. Help some folks get their dream horses, as well as it's about to be retreat season. We love retreat season, having everybody in and going to expos. It's just a good time. Love the spring as a clinician because it gets busy between the academy, the training horses, the expos, the retreats. It is awesome. Horses all day, every day. We eat, breathe, and sleep horses all spring. It's going to be a good time. So, without further ado, I bring to you a little video.
Got it. Why did you press it?
Just press that.
There we go.
There we go. Miss Lorraine.
Just a little bit. There we go. Let Diane finish. We accidentally had one of the club challenges ended up in here.
Very nice. Miss Lori working with a pony in the woods.
Well, can't get her to.
So whenever we're gonna back with our feet, if we are gonna back with our feet, you can't let them get 1 inch past you using your feet to back them up. Like it has to be the moment that you start trying to ask them to back up with your feet. If they lean forward, you've already got a hold of them. You can't use your feet to back them up and then allow them to go forward because it sends mixed signals to them.
I started to hold her to the side and let her go forward. Okay, so then we're going to back move it.
There we go. Nice. Whenever you're going to back with your feet, I want you to sit down in the saddle. I want you to practice this. I want everybody here to practice this as plans on using a Western backup. Standing on your 2 feet, shoulder width apart. I want you to start sitting down and sitting back until you have to move your feet or fall down. That is the seated position for getting that horse to stop and back up. You can lean back. I could stand up on 2 feet and lean way back like I'm doing the limbo, and it doesn't make me want to go backwards. But if I start sitting down and roll my back, I get to a certain place where I have to move my feet or fall down. That is the seated position for that Western backup. Hey, from Minnesota and Nevada. All right, so we're at the Corto, and anytime I just worked this all day today with the students, which has to do with their balance. That horse kind of wanting to speed up or slow down. The reason that you were so successful whenever you were here and you were gating her around, because you really had her balance well where she wasn't leaning on you. You see how she looks like she's looking to cover ground and get on you? I would like to see you gather up a little bit more reins, have your arms a little bit more extended in front of you. And if she leans, she kind of runs into your hands and she says, oh, and she sits back and gets off of you, she gets a release. Miss Kaylee, Oklahoma, Maine, all across the globe. I love the space between you and your horse. Starksville, Mississippi. I bet you just left here. Nice first grade. Looking good. Looking good. That's right. Give me your face. Bend. Now, I would like to see you looking at her face, though. You making eye contact with her and looking at her face when you want that circle, so that whenever your face leaves her face and goes to her butt, she gives her butt, and it'll get so easy that all you have to do is look at the body part. So right here where we're kind of looking at her middle and you want her to go around, I like you looking at her face. I like where your belly button and your feet are pointed towards her belly. That's great. I like the bend. I like the hand, but everything's great. The only thing I would change is I would look her in the face whenever you're doing the default, just a circle pivoting around you. Because later, once you get that butt moving good, then you're going to start looking where you're looking now to move her shoulders over. So if you're looking at her shoulders or her chest now, and you're not moving her over, it's not going to be a big difference when you do look at her chest or her neck to move her shoulders over. Hi from Wisconsin, Oklahoma, Okie from Muskogee. Very nice work, young lady. Very nice. Very nice change of direction there. I like how you stared off to her butt, made it obvious. North Carolina, PA in the house. South Carolina. Whoever is mentoring you, young lady, is doing a great job. Good horsemanship. Wyoming. I like how soft this mare looks. A word that we use a lot is pedal, where we feel like we have to pedal the horse, where if we're not actively driving them, they're going to shut down. That's what we're looking for.
Some exercises just to help slow down, gain attention, and neck range.
Hi from Yemen. We got somebody out from Yemen. Hi, Yemen. Huh? I love doing these exercises where you're using those trees and circling in and out. Anybody who's come to an exit appointment here or a sales appointment here is so often that you'll see us take the horses out in the park with just a little patch of grass, and we will use these trees just like Miss Patty is demonstrating so well here. Look how she looks at the tree she wants to circle, takes them straight to it, circles that. That'll really get a horse waiting for you and being patient. I like that a lot. And notice how it's on a complete loose rein because you're only using the rein to work left and right. I have just been talking about that for the past 12 hours, where we have gotten horse after horse after horse after horse out for 12 hours. And I had all the students sit up in a forward position and only redirect them one way or the other. Very nice job, Miss Patty.
Is that Patty Sandage?
Yeah.
Ask her what horse she's bringing next week.
Miss Patty, what horse are you bringing next week?
for the retreat.
Are these competition videos? These different horses?
Not yet. No, this is just people wanting help for the normal submission.
Okay.
As far as I know. I have a new link for that whenever the challenge starts.
Gotcha. Today was kind of one of those days where we rode everything under the sun. In one day, we rode.
Hold on, wait. I have the list.
Oh, there's a list. Okay.
I do have the list.
Listen to this list of. I feel like I don't know if you guys are a fan of superhero movies, but the Suicide Squad, it's like a superhero team of misfits and different characters. Listen to this.
In addition to 12 sail horse Pasafinos, we rode Sapphire the Saddlebred, Tucker the Mustang. Hold on.
Just go breathe.
Wait. Let me go back. I wrote SB. I did not mean SB. Sapphire the Arabian. We have a Mustang, quarter horse, Icy, Paint, Appaloosa, quarter horse, Saddlebred, Frisian, Saddlebred, quarter horse, Paso, and a Morgan. And for training right now. Why did I write SB? Whoops.
And we did the same work with all of them today. That's looking good, Miss Barb. Bring that hand in between you and him. There we go. Nice. Once I have a horse that big being that soft, that's what we're asking for. All right, so we are looking to get him softer and easier. Miss Barr says that horse, her last horse that she just worked, felt really stiff. But then looking at the video, she's like, oh, he's not as bad as what I thought he was. That's what happens when you have a crazy high standard of how soft you think a horse needs to be, is you will think, man, this horse is just a donkey. You can't get him working right. And then somebody else will ride behind you and they'll say, oh my gosh, that's the best horse I ever rode in my life. And you'll say, awesome, super duper. You just do the best you can with the horse you have. That's all a coach can do. And you guys are just coaches for your horses. So we've got to the smooth snaffle, which is looking good. Have we installed a lot of Western backing with just using our legs, not touching his face at all? And have we installed a spur stop? You know, dropping his head and then slowing down as your legs grab a hold of him with completely no touch of the reins. Have we done those two things? Because that might help us get away from the tug of war, just like getting him sucked backwards. So Argon here is a horse that is kind of show bred, show made, show thought. His whole life it thinks forward. So what we're trying to do is just show him a new way to go. There is a reason that the military doesn't look for us 30-something, 40-something, 50-year-olds, because an 18-year-old, you get to do whatever you want to do. They don't even know who they are. So that's kind of why trainers like 3-year-olds, because they don't know anything. It's not that Argon here can't be the perfect deadhead, quiet trail horse. It's just going to take some doing. Luckily for him, he ended up with Miss Liz, and Miss Liz loves to do the work, and she is putting the work in, which is really making a difference. Usually he'd just be buzzing around. So the fact that there's good stopping and backing here, she's working on the backing. Try to spur stop, but the minute you touch him with your legs, he takes off. Okay, so yeah. So when you go to touch him with your legs, when you go to put your heels on him and touch him with your legs, you have to catch him and hold him. And momentarily, there might be a little debacle where he thinks legs my whole life means go forward, but you're in his way and you're saying, nope, I'm not going to let you go anywhere. And he gets, he kind of hops and bops around. And whenever he takes a step back, you immediately release. You doing that is really going to get his back rounded up and get him sucked back. And then you won't have to ride him with your legs so far off of him that makes him kind of more sensitive. Oh, I got a Spanish bridle. I like it. So for those of you out there who are rehabbing or redoing something that a horse is just has never been about, so if they've always been pushed into the bridle and the only thing legs mean, you see how Miss Liz here, she completely takes her legs off of this horse? That's because this mare was raised up and taught to drive. So the only thing your legs mean is go. So you doing things like Western Pleasure, spur stop, and I say spur stop. If they're a sensitive horse, you can do it with just your heels. But a Western Pleasure spur stop or a reining back up using just your legs. See how poked out that mare's chest is and how she's up and forward? How does a reining horse and a cutting horse look? And a Western Pleasure, they look sucked back. Those guys are doing so much backing and stopping and backing circles and backing this way and backing that way. And all that does is it rounds their back up, lowers their head, and it gets that walk. So if you guys are out there and like, this horse won't walk, I've tried everything. You haven't tried everything or the horse will walk. It's just to keep trying these things. And a lot of times I'll tell you, hey, lower your hands or do this or do that. That's one thing. If that doesn't work, the thing that works on most horses doesn't work, we'll try the next thing. And then we'll try the next thing. And then we'll try the next thing. And something is going to work. Like you get somebody like Miss Liz, and she's not going to be denied because she's just going to keep trying things until something works. So try to keep an open mind about it, and you'll figure something out that's going to work. It would almost take a horse that lacks self-preservation to not make a change. So this is a little bit, if you're watching this, congratulations to you. But we are putting together a bridleless program right now. It is in the science lab getting developed and cooked up for you guys. It's going to be the easiest bridleless program that has ever been to give you the most finished bridleless horse you've ever experienced in your life. And there is so much of that stopping and backing that I'm going to show you that's really going to help. Miss Barb, you are kicking butt with this young lady here.
What other sneak peek do you have in your crock pot over there?
I've got a few things. I don't know. I've got like a creative bug. Very good stop. Look at that Western stop right there. Her legs come off and that horse is sucked backwards. That's exactly what I mean. Somebody who has put that Western stop where your legs can't come off with that horse saying, ooh, it's like a jellyfish. Your legs come off and ew. You know what I mean? Ew. They should suck backwards. We're making bridleless horses, and I'm like riding everything bridleless. I feel like Oprah Winfrey. Bridleless for you, bridleless for you, bridleless for you. Here, icy, paint, quarter horse, this one, that one, Paso, hot horse, cold horse. And we're doing it to all of them. If you don't have that kind of suck backwards whenever your legs come off of them, then you won't be comfortable riding a bridleless because they're always going to feel like they may run off or they might spook or they might go. So you getting them where, your legs kick off, and just like let's go back and watch Whiskey one more time because that was done to perfection. All right. So watch Whiskey right here. And she's just gating and going along. Nothing Western about it. Watch this. She comes up here. Her feet kick off. See how that horse sucks back? Miss Barb didn't do anything. Like she didn't wave her feet fast. She didn't really grab her up in the face or anything. Just those legs coming off of that horse made that horse start wanting to back up. And then, of course, if she didn't listen, she can be a little bit more assertive with her legs, and that horse will run backwards. But that is really going to help slow down those horses. This is so true. Gracie was like Oregon. She will not stop. She will stop now with squeeze and slow down with the squeeze. However, I'm still working on transitions, because she will be walking around the arena like an old plug. And then as soon as I ask for a corto, she's back to wanting to go, go, go again. Her training can be a lot like teeter-totter. I just had the students with hot horses, with pastos and other horses, do power of the circle, but do power of the circle like a colt start where you don't ever grab them. And you'll say, oh, they're on loose rein. No, they're not. If you put them on a completely loose rein, completely loose, and the only way to slow the horse down is to use your circle and release and circle and release and circle. And it's a small circle and there's nobody holding them up or keeping them in frame or continuing to, you will really take away that teeter-tottering transition where they'll just wait for you to tell them. They're like, okay, let me know when you're ready to go. And so much of that is the balancing. The reason we don't talk about it more in our training is because it's something so hard to articulate, because so many of the exercises that we teach and show, it's kind of like a one size fits all. Here, try this, do that. You're usually going to find results. People do, and they're like, oh, wow, I got results. When it comes to balancing like that and really pitching the reins to a horse and using the circle to slow them down, the difficult thing with that, and I had like a big breakthrough today with my trainers, was you're always kind of doing the opposite of what the horse wants to do. And that's what makes it so difficult. So I may tell one person, hey, keep that horse close to the cone, and pull back. Whenever you pull to the side and back. That's for a fast horse that you're trying to shut down. Then the very next horse comes out is lazy, and I'm telling them, hey, point forward, point where you're trying to go, be forward. Well, that's because the horse is trying to go slow, so you need to go. For that horse that wants to go, you try to go slow. That horse that's leaning in, you look outward and point outward. The horse that's leaning out, you look at the cone and bend them inward. In that balancing act, you get a horse that will just wait for you. Okay, what do you want to do? When do you want to go? And that is the idea of balancing a horse is so difficult because of that. Because we brought out, I don't know, we were 20-something horses today, all day riding horses. Every single horse was a little different. It's the same ideology, but it was a little different. The one thing that stayed common is the loose rein. We grab their face, move their butt, redirect them, and then completely give them a complete loose rein where there was nobody holding them up, where something had to give. And the horses would give, and they would just wait for you. And then you have that hot horse. Now you're pushing them. And it made a real big difference. But we're going to kind of put that in the Bridleless program. What else do you have that's exciting?
I got to cover some fun stuff with it.
Oh, we are covering fun stuff. Before that, we have a...
Yeah,
would you like to read me the...
Yeah. So Miss Lori's question is, I read this quote from a trainer that I worked with. One amazing benefit of using your legs more is that you can begin to teach your horse that when your legs stop, they can stop. When you're ready to halt, stop using your legs and see if your horse notices. Be sure to count 3 to 4 steps before you use your reins to stop. This trainer is a reiner and works mainly with quarter horses and teaches a leg waving while riding and stop the waving to stop, or slow down, or even squeeze to ask for the stop. I've applied more leg because Gracie was so sensitive to me putting my legs on her. I also use the squeeze for stop. She has improved greatly, but I'm finding it's a hard concept to use the leg waving with a Corto or a Largo. I can see that concept working on a 2-beat trot, but not a 4-beat gait. Am I looking at this correctly? Can you expand on this? Which you just got to watch that with Barb. Yeah. Going from gaiting
absolutely. So kind of like the waving of the legs. And personally, I don't like to think about like bumping them forward. But if my calves, and you say, oh, you got a lazy horse, so you're kind of bumping them to drive them forward. If I tighten up my calves around them, like I'm squeezing out toothpaste and squeezing them forward, that should make any of my horses want to go forward. So the awesome thing about that is for your Corto and your Largo, you're kind of sitting on your butt, and I want to get to the place where my legs are draped beside them, relaxed, but draped beside them. My knees are bent. My legs are beside them and physically touching them. So whenever I want to speed up, I will actively tighten up my calves. That will make that horse want to go. Well, if the horse is lazy and doesn't want to go, well, then I can start bumping. But I'll squeeze my calves to get them to go. Whenever we say that we are going to squeeze to ask for the stop, it's not with the calves. Our calves actually come off of the horse and our legs squeeze underneath the horse and pick up their belly. Because if we pick up their belly, we're dropping their head. So my calves and kind of squeezing toothpaste like this is to go forward and reaching under and saying, hey, 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 pick up your ribs, and squeezing that way would be our Western pleasure stop. So that's how we kind of differentiate. And, talking about kind of patting or waving the legs, really patting or waving the legs is really just kicking like, hey, come on, let's go. The other thing is, if you have a good spur stop and the horse is momentarily trying to shut down, well, then you can kind of activate your legs and bump them a little bit to go, but very quickly they figure the two out. Oh, that's a calf. That means go forward. Oh, you're reaching under. Your calves aren't touching me. Okay, I need to slow down and stop. So my best bridleless horse right now is a Paso. It is a gaited horse. So you'll see how it's just not going to affect. It's just not going to affect anything. I'm going to be able to keep them with both of those. But that's what you need to think. When you're squeezing or activating the legs to get them to move forward, it's beside them and you're kind of squeezing like you're squeezing a tube of toothpaste out forward. And whenever you are slowing the horse, you're reaching underneath their belly and trying to pick their belly up, which should drop their head and slow them down. Even the reining stop, you kicking those feet forward, boom, kicking them forward, which sits you way deep on your butt. You are in, I'm going to fall out of this chair backwards seated position. And those heels immediately come right back to them. So your Western pleasure spur stop is kind of underneath, and that slows them down. It feels like a handbrake. When you reining stop them, boom, those feet pop out and immediately whoop, and come back to them. And it's the same motion, but now that comes more towards their front cinch and they suck up their withers. And that feels like you're going from drive to reverse. Western pleasure spur stop is like using the handbrake. You can gradually ease up on it and have that horse slow down, slow down, slow down. Your reining stop is like, oh my goodness, I need to stop everything that I'm doing because we're going in reverse now. So your reining stop is really backing up. You happen to be cantering forward, but now we're backing up from the canter, and that's what creates the slide. Your Western pleasure spur stop is gradually slowing down. So I'm cantering these bridleless horses around. I reach under, I touch their belly, they drop their head, I hold their belly, they slow down to a trot, I release them.
They're not even looking at you. There you go. Oops. My bad.
They slow down their. Oh man.
They haven't been watching you this whole time. I'm sorry.
My tech support.
Western
stop.
It has a privacy screen.
Whenever you're reining stop, boom, those feet kick forward and those spurs come back to them, which is going to make them want to suck up. Whenever we are Western pleasure stopping, we are reaching under the middle, and that picks up their back and slows them down. So if we can have both of those things, you really have a horse that's really gonna slow for you.
Questions in there.
All right, questions.
Yeah, scroll through there. I can't see. There's a privacy screen, so I can't see on my side.
Privacy screen?
Hi, baby. Do you have cookie dough for mommy?
I don't believe it.
Oh my gosh, come here. Come say hello.
I want to eat one.
Oh, is it good cookie dough?
Trail riding today, my gelding started shaking his head.
I like this one.
He rode the rear. Yes, he isn't great in the lead, but that is not acceptable. Worked through it, made him stay near the rear. What is a good solution in the end for the head shaking crap? Well, just gathering up those reins and getting them soft and easy, where he says, oh, you're not going to stop flexing me and dropping my head until I come off and stay where I'm asked. The other thing, that's one way to make them uncomfortable, to not want to go forward. The second they are more worried about the discomfort than going forward, their head shaking will stop. Also, the conversation we just had with that Western pleasure suck down and slow down, when they're more worried about your spurs than they are getting up there with their friends, now you're not even touching their face. You're touching their belly. Hey.
Say hi.
Can you say hi?
Hi.
Hi.
Hi. Look at the screen. You wave to everybody. Say hello.
Come here.
Hello.
No.
Oh, I know. It's because I have the cookie dough. You want some cookie dough before bed? because we're great parents? Yummy.
Mm.
Okay, we love cookie dough before bed.
Say hello.
Okay, great.
Hello.
Guys, there are some exciting things that Kelsey has to tell you. So I'm going to go play with the baby, and I hope you guys have a great night. I'll see you on Horse Talk Live next week. But before you go, there is some excitement happening.
I'm repping our photographer, Michaela, tonight. Here, take the cookie dough with you. Or not. I'll keep the cookie dough. All right. Let's see. Cookie dough. Yeah, cookie dough is the best bedtime snack. And I've actually been eating healthy. So this is great for me to have a whole tub of cookie dough sitting right next to me. My favorite. All right. So some quick notes for you guys. Heather and the rest of the team has let me know that there's a little bit of confusion with the up and coming challenge. What all is going to happen? What does that look like for those of you that are signing up for the challenge? What is that going to look like now? What is that going to look like when it goes live? And what does all of that mean? So part of the confusion is happening because we did the challenge back in 2020. We did it again one more time. And then we kind of changed that verbiage over to our Horse Help Club. So our people that are with us every single week, that are sending in these videos every week, we made challenges that happen inside of the club monthly. So what we're going to be doing, because now that we're bringing back the challenge to everybody, and the main challenge, the main Horse Help Challenge is going to be open to everybody. We're going to do a little changing with the name so there's no issue with any confusion going forward. So we're going to be switching the name of the Horse Help Club challenges that we've been doing monthly. You guys send in your videos, whether that's the sit, the smile, the lay down, all the things we're working on with reining and liberty and bridleless. Those are now going to be the Horse Help Club contests. So we're going to switch that over on the branding when you're sending everything in, just to make things easy and there be no confusion between the two. The Horse Help Challenge is going to remain our public event. Right now, this year, we're doing it twice. I would like to be able to keep doing this going forward every year to get you guys excited in the spring to get ready and go out and work with your horses, and in the fall to be able to go out and work with your horses and get ready whenever the temperature is getting ready to drop and it's time to go out and hit some fall trail rides, as well as getting ready for the summer. So I'm going to plan on, hopefully going forward, as long as we can keep things going and you guys are really having fun with us, have those challenges being offered publicly for free every year so we can really set you guys up for success with your horses. Now, you've seen in the sign up, if you guys have signed up for the Horse Help Challenge, we're giving away a ton of prizes. People are a little confused. Okay, we've signed up for free. We've gotten access to the 30 days. Can we start? Should we not start? Are we live? What does live mean? And so basically all that means right now is the sign up period. So you're welcome to get signed up now. You can start watching those videos. You can actually start working with your horses if you want to. That is not a requirement. The only reason I wanted to let you guys sign up early and be able to access all this information is if the weather is nice enough that you can work with your horse. I don't want you waiting until we do the live portion from April 15th to May 15th for you to go out. That was a really big spider. Nope, it's a flying moth. It's fine. For you to go out and work with your horses. Okay. So that's why you have access to that right now. So you can dive in. My only request, if you're going to dive in and start working with your horses, is one, we have a spot on there where you can submit your before picture. We've made a sign. I'll show you an example of what one of the hard copy looks like. So you can print off if you didn't sign up for the VIP, or if you did sign up for the VIP and you're already wanting to get started, we have these signs that say first day of the Horse Help Challenge. This is like your back to school sign that you're going to take a picture with your horse, and it's going to say first day of the Horse Help Challenge. My name is, and your horse's name is Rover. And Rover is, it says, I am blank and blank. So you could say, I am naughty, and I am a sitter backer. I am a bucker. I am a resistant. I am, you could do, I am stubborn. I am slow. I am dull. Whatever that might be. I am too fast. And that lets you know where you're at the before of the challenge. So if you're going to get started early going through the videos with your horse, which you absolutely can, you have access to all the videos to listen to everything. You can do that ahead of time. Just do this with every horse you're going to do the challenge with. We'll get to the points here in just a second, but this lets you get started. Now, if you did the VIP, which is where we're just sending you the only Only differences for the most part between the Horse Help Challenge, the free version, and the VIP. The VIP is going to be able to send in their videos during the challenge for review if you're stuck on something. If you need help, you need some troubleshooting, you need help from Michael, in order to be able to do that, just because there's so many people that are enrolling in this, you've got to be VIP to be able to send in pictures or send in videos during that time. That's also going to let us physically ship you out a package that has all kinds of fun stuff. So we're putting these together right now to get ready to send them out, but we have a graduation cap that goes on your horse. So whenever we're done, we have that. The backside of your first day is your graduation. If you guys didn't do VIP, you have these that you can print out and be able to take those pictures with your horses. The cool thing that we're putting together is we're putting together a yearbook. So our spring class of the Horse Help Challenge for 2024, as you submit in those videos of you getting ready to get started with your horses, your picture with your horse is going to go into this album of all the people that we have that have registered for the Horse Help Challenge for this year. So that lets it be fun, lets it document what horses you're working with. The other cool thing about this challenge, whether you guys have been with us for 9 years or however long we're coming up on, which is crazy, and you've been with us the whole time and your horse has been through the program, you can do the challenge. If you've never been with us, you've never met us, you've never taken your horse through any of the steps, you can be in the challenge. And for the points, it's not going to hurt you if you're one or the other. And it's not going to really help you if you're one or the other. So there's going to be no benefit one way or another when it comes to the points. We're going to have a point system logging everything. For the prizes, we have a lot of those are going to be just participation, just showing up, just being involved. We're going to be giving away retreats. We're going to be giving away a halter set every single day. That's going to be during the April 15th to the May 15th dates. Now, the live portion of that is you have all of the original material that you have access to inside the hub as soon as you sign up. For the live portion, we're going through, if you saw whenever you signed up, when you got registered, if you signed up for the VIP, you got the option to submit in your horse to be considered for the challenge. What's going to happen during those days of the challenge is Michael and I are going to be working and videoing the hot horse, the dull horse, the gated horse, and the colt start. There's some problem horses mixed into the group as well. We're in the process of selecting those horses right now that will arrive here in person to our facility in April. And what we'll be doing is every day of the live challenge, we're going to go through and we're going to video each of those horses going through just preschool that day. The next day, they're going to do preschool and kindergarten. The next day, those horses will do preschool, kindergarten, first grade. And what that's going to let you do is you're going to be able to watch us take those horses step by step, grade by grade. If all you can do is go out and work your horse on one grade level, what's that going to look like over 30 days? All of these steps, pre-K through 12th grade, you can dive in and you can do them all on the same day on your horse if you wanted to. If you're videoing that straight through, fantastic. Just chop that up, whatever you're sending in your before videos and your after videos. Or you can, if you just have enough time to do one grade level at a time, we're going to show you what that would look like over 30 days, answering questions, going a little bit further in depth. And so you'll see what the difference is between how that horse passes preschool, kindergarten, first grade on day 1 versus what that looks like on day 30 for each of those horses every day. Now, to make things fair, and because the most common time that was selected for us to do the live portion is going to be 7 o'clock Central Standard Time in the evening. I know for some reason some dates got mixed up when we were registering. Everything will be 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. You'll get access to the replay right after it's done. If for some reason you can't watch it live, that's fine. What we're going to do is earlier in the day, we will get those videos of the horses going grade by grade by grade. As you guys have questions, you'll have a couple different ways you can send those in for us each day. You can submit those in through the hub, or you can be on with us live to ask questions. Just like we do on here when we throw the video up on the screen, we're able to talk, to stop, to pause, to slow things down. We're able to see the comments that are coming in. When we go live, we're actually going to have this dashboard and this really cool platform that's going to go through Zoom. You don't have to have a Zoom account. We'll get you all set up. We'll walk you through the tech. We're going to have some tech days where if for some reason you're scared about being able to log in, access things, we'll have a couple days where you can hop on with me personally. We'll do a tech check. We'll make sure that you're good to go. It's going to be super easy for you to get on there, but it'll set it up where we're sitting basically in here in the office. We're going to have multiple screens up, so we'll be able to see your faces. We want you to be live, be interactive with us. We're going to watch that video together that we filmed live earlier that day, and we're going to be on there with you like this, so we can actually answer those questions, and Mike will not be worried about getting eaten by a horse while I'm trying to send him questions while he's doing things. If there's something that we need to demonstrate, we can also throw that in, whether we do that in the next video the next day, so we can go in and make sure that we're doing those changes or show you something that you're wanting to see. But what that allows us to do is, one, be able to really make sure that if something's wrong with the weather, if we have a tech issue, I know for the most part, unless my dog eats my internet over here at the house like he did a couple months ago, unless he eats my fiber, you're going to have really clear connection of us right now, which means you're going to get the best bang for your buck, even though it's free, by watching the challenge with us live on here in the office, going through those videos. Now, those horses are just getting here in April. It's not like they're going to be shot months and months ahead of time. This isn't real. It's not happening. But the other thing this allows us to do is it allows us to be home with our daughter at 7 o'clock. Michael just ran to go tuck her in to go to bed. Being able to be here live is going to allow us to make sure that we're still spending time with our family and our kid as we get ready each night, and really be able to be here for you as long as possible each night. So as you guys have questions, we're not going anywhere. So we're going to try to cover as many questions as we can every night. We're going to roll those questions over. If for some reason we've been going for 2 or 3 hours and we're like, okay, we'll pick up on this tomorrow night. We want there to be no question left unturned throughout this live period. When you guys now have access to the Horse Help Challenge, you can get in there, see the videos, start things. You can send questions right now. We'll try to answer as many things as we can ahead of time if those come in. But your best bang for your buck is going to be getting those answered during the challenge. So we can really communicate back and forth. We'll be able to unmute you. You'll be able to ask your questions live to us to communicate back and forth. The platform that we're using is actually going to log different points for different things that you do throughout the 30 days live. And we'll make a list that lets you know what the most possible points that you can get, what you're going to get points for. You'll have a checklist. So if you think that you submitted something for one of those points categories and we didn't see it, you'll let us know so we can make sure that we can go find whatever it was that you submitted, make sure all that your points are accounted for. Why does this matter? In addition to all of the participation prizes we have and the random weekly prizes that we have, we're also having our, how do we say this? Vala Equestrian. Instead of our valedictorian, we have a Vala Equestrian. And this is going to be our overall #1 winner of the challenge. And it's based on that running points leaderboard, which you guys will be able to watch the points as they increase. We will be able to go in. So there's certain things that won't automatically update. We'll have to go in and manually update those behind the scenes. But again, we'll have a checklist telling you what all is worth points, what all is going to count. I will tell you that if you are going to want to do more than one horse for the challenge, if you have multiple horses that you're going to work during this time, especially for a lot of you that have been through the challenge or been through the course, you have horses that you've already taken through the system. So it's going to go a little faster. Still send a before and an after. Your after videos, the longer you wait, the more chance you have. So if you start now and you submit your videos towards the end of that May deadline, the longer you wait to do that before and after, the better it's going to be to help you for the most improved. We're going to have a couple different prizes for things on that as well. But what you're going to want to make sure, where was I going on that? So many things. April 15th to May 15th. For submitting in videos for the VIP, it's going to be really important in order for us to help as many people as possible. We're going to want to make sure that we kind of keep those tight, keep those to the point, and it's something that you're struggling with or you need help on. We're going to try to gear it more towards that and not so much, hey, I want to perfect this. How can I critique a little bit? We're going to try a little bit more towards the I'm struggling, because our goal is to get you passing all the way through from pre-K through 12th grade and feeling super confident. So we're going to try to narrow that down, be a little bit more selective, try to make those a little bit more narrowed down videos. So we don't have one person spending, 20 minutes on a question. We can try to help as many people as possible. We don't want you to be stuck. We want to help you in any way that we can during the challenge. Let's see. We also right now, as far as points, So sending in your before picture will get you points. That's something you can work on right now. You can submit in your before and afters. Obviously, it's beneficial for you to wait to do the afters until later. But you can also let us know if you see anything that's not working on the website. So there's a lot of updates that are going to be happening to that hub, a lot of things that are going to be accessing and becoming available for you to click on. I have not done another voiceover of what the hub looks like because we're adding so many things right now. I don't want you to be like, well, this video doesn't look the way that the hub actually looks. But as soon as we have that completely lined out, there's still some things we're adding. We're trying to make this the best experience possible for you. So as soon as we get that completely lined out, we'll send you a video saying, hey, these are all the things. This is how they work. Do not get frustrated. Do not feel like you're losing out on points. We're going to have a little checklist that lets you know, hey, you've done everything that you possibly can. There will be points for doing different participation things in the live videos. So it is beneficial if you can hop on a live with us during that April 15th to May 15th and interact with us and talk to us and comment things. There's going to be rewards for doing that. Now, if you live in another location and you can't make the time work or you have to work, there will be other things that you can do to help make up for some of those points if you're wanting to compete for that valid equestrian prize. Right now, we have a trophy saddle. We're having some trophy buckles for different things. There will be buckles for different categories of prizes. Again, it'll all be lined out before we get started, so you'll know exactly what's expected and how you can make that happen if you want to participate in all of that. At the end of the day, all we care about is you getting results with your horse, finding success with your horse. And by the time we get to May 15th, I want you to be super excited, ready to hit the trails and not have to worry about training your horse all summer, being able to go out and actually have fun. Let's see, something that you can also get points for right now. If you see an issue as we're adding things to the website, the hub that you guys are on, as we're adding things to that, if you see something that's not working or it's going to the wrong link, let us know. We are giving prizes. We are giving points for that because that lets us make sure that everybody who's coming in knows that all the links are working, knows that what they click on is going to take them where they're supposed to go. So you guys kind of get to help us with tech support, making sure that all of that's lined out. If you're doing multiple horses, make sure that you go ahead and do before videos and after videos for each of those horses in order to be able to count for some extra points. The VIP kits, like I said, we're getting those together right now. We're tweaking a few things on the workbook. So that way we're going to print some new things into your printed workbook. So as soon as we have all of that done, it will be shipping out. We will have it to you before the start of the challenge. We're trying to do that sooner rather than later. Heather, who is my go-to COO, my helps me with everything person, we have been selected. Her and I are going to compete on a business TV show, a reality TV show. And so we're actually going to be gone from March 16th to March 26th. So we're going to try to, as much as we can while we're on that TV show, we're going to be in and out of the computer, out of email, out of internet to be able to go through and do, techie things and stuff like that. So please be patient with us. We're doing all these things at the same time as we get ready. That's why we gave you access to the challenge so early, to be able to get in, to find some tweaks. So it gives us some time to really line things out before we leave, and also a couple weeks before the challenge starts when we get back to make sure that we're able to do that. At that same time, while Heather and I are at the TV show, Michael is going to be at the Horse Expo with Shelby and some of our team to do the booth. He will be at the Iowa Horse Fair. So we're trying to coordinate all of that in the background. So if you see me running around like a chicken with my head cut off, it's because all of the things are happening during the middle of retreat season. There's a retreat before I leave for the TV show and a retreat as soon as I get back from the TV show. So I might look a little tired by the time our second group of retreaters get here later this month. Yeah, that's about it. Oh, new thing that we're adding as well. We're working on a rubric. So having an example of each of the grade levels and talking about what classifies as an A, what classifies as a B, C, D, F. A lot of times when people are still having an issue with their horse and we ask them, hey, are they passing? What grade level are they getting in these different grades? And they'll think that their horse is doing great. But in reality, that horse is still getting an F. So we're going to really line out what classifies for each of those grade levels. That's also something that we're going to begin incorporating into our horse training documentation and our weekly updates, is what grade level your horse has gone through and what grades they're getting in those grade levels. So that's something cool that we're wanting to add in here before the challenge. So all of the fun things, if you guys have any questions whatsoever, I'm going to go through here and look at the different questions and things that I have on Facebook real quick. And we will continue to answer your questions as we get started. Again, you do not have to do anything if you do not want to until the challenge goes live. And by that, that means us talking to you live each day for 30 days straight at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time on the computer, covering the videos of us going through those steps with those horses earlier that day to be able to answer your questions and interact with you. Let me see if I have any questions on here. Yes. So somebody asked if multiple horses will get multiple points. Yes. So there will be an option in the points category. If you're competing on multiple horses, we'll have a set number of points. As long as you do before and after videos of each of those horses and each of those grade levels, there'll be a set number of points that you can get. So it'll just be however many horses you want to add. That's the number of points that will get added to your score for doing that. You'll know that before the challenge starts. That way you'll have that list. You'll be able to look at it and say, hey, I just want to dedicate to these 2 horses or those 2 horses. But there'll also be points to make up for that on the sheet of potential points that you can get if you only have 1 horse. Then we'll have other things that you can do to make up for that. So there's not a benefit of you having having 2 horses. You can obviously get more points, but not a benefit over somebody who doesn't. So do videos have both before and after on one video or separate? It is ideal. Now, we'll show you, I'm going to go in and show you how to record your own videos. I've got videos inside the hub already that you can watch on how to make that the easiest possible. You can get a tripod for, $10 on Amazon, get 2 cheap cones, get 2 water buckets, be able to video yourself with your cell phone, which almost every single phone right now has the videoing capacity. We'll show you how to do that, how to click the easy link and upload it. We'll also show you how to edit that. So if you're going to do more than 1 grade level, back to back to back to back, that's totally fine. You can set your video on record and go through and do preschool through 12th grade and video straight through. I'm going to show you using Perfect Video or another video app that's really easy to use. If you do that and you need to split it up into each grade level, the thing that makes that better for you and better for us is when you go to upload, those videos will actually upload successfully if they're smaller. If you try to run that big stream of videos all the way through, there's a really good chance that your internet is not going to like you and you're going to get halfway there and it's just going to quit on you. So we'll show you how to make that easier if you're not going day by day to upload those, to help make that a little bit easier on you. I might have missed something, but what about club members who are not VIP members? Can we submit videos, or will we just submit for the weekly review video? Or will we just submit for the weekly review videos? So the way that that's going to work is on Wednesdays, just like what we would do for Horse Talk Live, after we're done covering our topic for today. It's going to make for a really long Wednesday evening, but it'll all be recorded. And inside the hub, I'll show you when we do the tech stuff. Everything is searchable. So if you submit in a question, you send in a video, you can go right to the spot in your video just by searching inside the hub. You don't have to watch the whole replay. You can just get exactly to what you want to see. And you can search that to find where you want to watch that instead of having to watch all of it all over again. So if you're a club member and you're already submitting in videos like normal for Horse Talk Live, you can still do that on whatever category you want to do that. When we do the video review on Wednesday, we'll go through, we'll get everybody on, we'll talk to everybody, we'll go through and watch that live that we're doing for the day on which those horses that we're covering, the grade level that we're on. When that's over, we'll do Q&A for a certain period of time so we don't run that super late. And then we'll do the video review after that. So we'll go ahead and do the club members, anybody who's sending in stuff that wants to work on something other than the challenge. I highly recommend devoting your effort and your energy to the Horse Health Challenge during the Horse Health Challenge, because the reason we do this is we believe that the steps that are in those grade levels and that 30 days that we're going to do is what's going to set you up for the most success with your horse regardless of where you're at in your journey and regardless of what your goals are on. So we would really, really, really like to see you going through and making sure that you fine tune those grade levels and working on that during that time. But yes, if you're a club member and you are in the category, the elite or gasconite level where you can already send in videos, you'll still be able to do that without being a VIP. A lot of the VIP upgrades are people wanting to get, full access. That was one of the other benefits of the VIP is you get lifetime access to everything that's inside that 30 days. So the reviews, anything like that. So people who haven't been in our world or don't know us, that makes them be able to submit in videos, do all the things, keep the access to it, and the physical package that we're going to send out to you. For some of you that are just ready to rock and roll and you're already a member of the club and you don't care to have the lifetime access, or you already have lifetime access in one of the courses that we already have, totally cool. This is just setting everybody up for success to not only go through the full package, but then get to keep the full package forever and get a little bit of extra support along the way. But right now you can dive into the free version of the Horse Help Challenge, www.horsehelpchallenge.com, and get signed up and get access to all the information for this time. So you're going to have access to all those videos for this month, which is March, next month, which is April, all of May, and half of June. So even if you can't watch us live during those 30 days, you'll still have a month after the challenge ends up until June 15th to keep rewatching the videos, watching the replays, and have access to that information. Even if you don't plan to upgrade to VIP to join us after the fact, we just want to help as many people and their horses as possible find success during this program. Let's see. Everybody's saying thank you. Somebody said the before video starts now. If you're going to start working on the videos, if you're going to start working through the steps and the grade levels right now with the horses that you're planning to use for the challenge, yes, please get a before video of each of those grade levels with each of those horses. I would highly suggest you wait to do the after video because you can keep working on it this whole time, right? We want you and your horse to be the best version of you and your horse. The only thing that's going to help you from a points perspective by doing this, other than the benefit that you're going to get with your horse, is the only prize that'll give you extra is the most improved. So if you're going to start February 15th when this opened up and you're going to work your tail off until the end of the May 15th date, and you're just going and going and going, there's a really good chance that you're going to be one of the runners for the most improved prize that we're going to have for that. Let's see. Somebody asked if you can watch the TV show. You will be able to after it airs. So it's kind of borderline what we're allowed to talk about. I can't talk about any of the challenges or things that I win throughout the week. Basically, it is an entrepreneurial startup business reality TV show. So I'm locked in with 60 other businesses for a week, and we will be competing every day on different topics within our business. So I've become quite a bit of a nerd. Michael and I got together because I was a trick rider and I loved trick riding and I loved performing, and I really liked the marketing side of trick riding, but I had no idea what I was getting myself into whenever I took over all of this stuff. And I've really kind of nerded out and fallen in love with it. I spend anywhere from 16 to 19 hours a day studying this, trying to make programs like this, like make this challenge be successful, make all the different parts and pieces of our business be successful. And so now I get to go and nerd out with other people who are trying to do the same thing for their business. So I will be locked in with all of these business owners. They used to do it in one house. Now it's expanded to 60 teams. And so they can't lock us all in a house. We're going to be in a casino locked in together. And we will work together on different topics and learn different topics and things throughout the day. And every evening we will compete. At the end of it, they will crown their winner, their top three, and their most investable business. So they have some different categories. They have like a most valuable business and a most investable business that is included in that. They will air that show. I'm not sure how far out that will be when it airs right now. I think they just aired season 9 and I'm going to be on season 13. So it could be, the end of the year before those videos actually get released live and you can watch them and go through that. But in the meantime, I will be able to talk to you guys and share some of my experiences. I just can't tell you if I won, what I won, how I won. But Heather and I are super excited. Let's see. Andrea asked, can I still sign up? Absolutely. www.horsehelpchallenge.com. The free version gets you access to all the things. You can absolutely do everything you need to do with that. If you want us to ship something to you, ship you the package, if you want lifetime access to the things, and you want to be able to submit videos in during the challenge to get help, if you're not already a club member trying to send things in, that's the upgrade option that's on there. Again, it's just there because we always have people asking for more things, more personalization. That's the only reason that the VIP package was created. Let's see. Thank you guys. Yeah, no, we're super excited. We've been getting ready and planning out all the things and trying to figure out. Initially, we had talked about Michael going with me, but Michael has gotten to thankfully be able to focus on the horse side of things and really making his skills be unbelievable in the horse world. And so it's kind of put me on the back end of things, figuring out everything I can within the business world. And Michael, he's a little bit of a character and he's really good at talking. I don't know how great he is at talking about something that he hasn't spent, the 12 to 18 hours, 16 to 18 hours a day dived in like lingo. So I imagine he would turn some bridleless, reining, sliding stop lingo into his answers, and we would not be winning anything during that time. So he's going to go do all of the fun stuff and run the expo. He's headlining there in Iowa. So it's going to be a good time. We're excited for this next chapter and to be able to share what we love doing. And more importantly, the week that I'm there, I will be able to try to figure out how I can better serve you, how I can better serve your horses, how we can make sure that we're doing everything in our power. One of the biggest issues that I've seen in the horse industry, one is the drama and the hate and all the things that can happen in the horse industry. The other thing that I've seen within the leaders in the horsemanship world is they never figured out how to find that balance in which they can help other people for a very long period of time and have longevity in their business and not get completely burnt out on it in the process. And so for those of you that have been with us, who have grown with us, who have gone through all this stuff step by step with us, you'll see the changing and the evolving, and we can't thank you enough for staying with us as we change names and we change programs and we add things, and we're always trying to up our game, always trying to up our level. Michael let out a little sneak peek that he wasn't supposed to talk about his bridleless and a new program that he's working on that is all gated for you guys, that's going to be releasing whenever I get him to sit down and actually put all of his thoughts into videos. Hopefully that is after the Horse Help Challenge. Hopefully that is the summer when it's not super god-awful hot. I imagine that those programs will be releasing this fall whenever we do the Horse Help Challenge in the fall. And that'll give us some time to get that videoed, get that lined out. But it makes my heart happy to see him excited about all of this. As you can imagine, starting a business, running a business, being able to serve people. I think tonight we had, my gosh, like 25 different states and countries on here watching live with us, which is unbelievable. But being to this level in our business, we're coming up, we're getting ready to have our 9-year anniversary in our business. I've been here for 6 of those 9, being able to be a part of all the behind the scenes and help make things happen. And it's just been unbelievable. And being able to have your support and your critique when it's, when we're trying to figure out what we should do different, having you all on the forefront has made this program into what it is today. Oh, whoopsies. Let me see if I'm still on here. I just got kicked out of Zoom. Retro. Okay, there we go. I guess Zoom told me that I was on here too long. So being able to do all of those things has just been, it's been making it all worth it. Let's see, a couple more questions on here. When do you expect to have the bridleless program available to us? So Michael is in what we call the testing phase. And so with everything that we do and everything that we teach, Michael takes his program, he takes it to where it makes sense to him. And then he tries it on 100 horses of different breeds, creeds, sizes, good horses, bad horse, no such thing as a bad horse, problem horses. He tries all of these different systems that he's put together and what makes sense in his head. He wants to make sure, does it make sense to the horse? Are the horses getting progress? Are they following the steps and progressing the way that they should be? After he started to do that, then he starts incorporating in our academy students, which also become part of the testing process. Okay, now is it repeatable? Can I teach it to somebody? Can somebody do it that's not me on another horse, and do these steps make sense for them to be able to also find success and progress the way that they're supposed to? So this happened with the Horse Help course, the Horse Help College, all the different parts and components that are found within the challenge that we're doing. All of that is tried and true and tested and tested and tested and changed and tested to make sure that is the best thing that we can possibly put out there to you. And for those of you that have been with us for a long time, you also know that if for any reason Michael goes out and he learns something from one of his mentors, he's like, that is so much better than everything that I've done. He has no pride whatsoever. He will come home tomorrow. He will edit that into his program. And if that is the best thing that he's found and it's worked for horse after horse after horse after horse, after he's tested it, he will incorporate that into part of his program, and he will not feel bad about changing things or making sure that you always have the best information in front of you that he can find, that he can put together. In horsemanship, it's really hard to say that you can ever invent something new. But if you're willing to study and learn from mentor after mentor in all these different industries, all these different disciplines, and be able to take the best of the best that works and bring that home and try that on all these horses and try that with all these people and make things, when you're dealing with business, you want to try to make things happen at like a 7-year-old, 8-year-old reading level. And that puts it in a way that everybody can understand it. And that brings it down to a level where everybody can feel confident learning it versus always talking above somebody's head or always making them feel like they're illiterate or they're not able to understand or comprehend what's going on. So that's one of the biggest changes I love with Michael, and everything that he's put together with these programs is it's understandable. You can go out and you can implement, and it's repeatable to get the same results. So, yeah, sounds like a party to me. All right. We got all kinds of fun stuff on here. How do you do that? You read my mind. I don't know how do you do that? We have whoever put that right now, it just says Facebook user. I'll have to elaborate on that if I know what the rest of the question that is. If you guys don't have any more questions for me, hopefully I cleared that up. If I cleared up the Horse Help Challenge, the questions that you had in your head, if I can get a yes in the comments, that would be great. That'll let me know that I covered man, I can't even do lives in here without getting bugs on me. I think I'm going to blame Robert for this. Robert Pewitt in the June Bug Challenge. So if you guys got your questions answered, perfect. Awesome. There we go. If you have any other questions, we'll take the recording of this. I'm probably going to go ahead and throw this inside. We'll cut this down where it's just the segment where I'm talking right now. We'll throw this into the hub so you can go back and replay. One thing that I do want to let you guys know about, if you're involved in multiple things of our programs, if you are in the courses, if you have the club, whatever it is, once you log in or you go to the login link that you're sent for the challenge or any of the other things, in the upper left-hand corner, there's a drop-down button. It's going to be a little arrow. And if you click that, that lets you bounce back and forth between any of our programs. So they're all accessible from the same hub. Once you're logged in, everything that you have access to can show up on that same page. So you just upper left-hand corner, and there's going to be a drop-down arrow. And I'll do a screen recording for this once we have the hub completely lined out. But you can bounce back and forth. And it's also searchable. So up at the top, there is a little search bar. And you can go back, especially when we start the live part of this challenge, and say you submitted in a question. I'm going to try to make sure that I do a good job of saying your question with your name. So say I had a question, blah, 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 Kelsey Gascon. And so I'm going to say the words Kelsey Gascon when I answer that question. If you miss the live and say you want to catch up on that the following day, you can go up to the search bar and type in your name or some variation of your name in case the transcript butchers it with Michael's redneck accent. Some variation of your name, your horse's name, if the name of the horse was in the question. And it'll take you to the exact spot in that video, in that transcript, where you just click a button, get your answer, and get out of there. That's all you needed. We want to make this short, sweet, to the point, and easy for you. Let's see. We have, thank you for all your hard work and answering your questions. You're very welcome. Yes. Okay. I've got to do a tutorial of all the cool things that are happening inside of the hub where we have all the videos. So being able to bounce back and forth. Same thing with Brooks. Yes. If you have access to Brooks Hub, same thing. Brooks' new horse owners course, you can do the drop down. You can grab her course in there. It'll just let you bounce back and forth between all the things. One link, make it super easy. Michelle says she found it. Fantastic. Awesome. Yeah, no, that's perfect. That lets you bounce back and forth and do all the things. Other cool things that are happening inside the program, inside the hub, is now that the company that I use that puts all of this together, they're now incorporating AI within the videos themselves. So before long, right now it's in the testing phase. It's access that some people have access to it. There's a little bubble at the bottom where you can ask a question. And now what it's doing is it's when you type in your question, and this will be more beneficial to those that are in the club that have access to every single video that Michael's ever made. You can ask it a question and you can say, what is the best way to deal with my horse that is bucking? And it will take all of Michael's videos and it'll pull up everything from those videos and those transcripts, put it into a list of some of Michael's most beneficial things that he's talked about with bucking horses, which for those of you that have been through the program, you know that we're going to fix the vast majority of those problems are going to be solved between first grade and 12th grade every single time. That's just how our program works. Step by step, they fail, we fix it. They pass, we move on. And so it'll give you a breakdown of that. And then it'll tell you the resources of Michael's videos and where that was pulled from in his videos. So super cool. It's not pulling from anywhere else on the internet. It's pulling from just our library, over 1,000 videos that are there. So very, very cool. And that's also, I don't know if that feature is going to be live in the challenge while that's going on, at least for the spring graduation class or spring class of 2024. But that is going to be coming this year. So that's a super cool feature. All right. Awesome. Okay, guys. Well, hopefully if there's anything else I can answer for you, please do not hesitate to reach out. All of our emails come to one inbox. So if you are reaching out to gasconhorsemanship@gmail.com or info@gasconhorsemanship.com or info@gethorsehelp.com, they all come to one place. It's kind of like our phone number whenever you call and it gives you all the different options. They're all the same person. So if you guys need anything at all, we're here for you. We love you. We're super excited to kick off this Horse Help Challenge and this new journey, hopefully doing it twice a year with you guys. The biggest thing that you can do for us to be able to show your appreciation is to share it with a friend. Don't be a gatekeeper. Do not keep your friends from this knowledge. Do not let you be the only person out on the trail ride that actually is in control of their horse. Share it with your friends. There's also points that you can get for referring that. We're going to have some prizes for that also. When they sign up on the horsehelpchallenge.com, you're going to want to have them put your name in there so you get credit for that. Oh, Heather's going to be mad at me. Last thing, for any of you guys that submitted in videos for the Horse Help Challenge commercial, for 24 hours, the voting is open. Go into the Horse Help Facebook group. That's the big group that has over 14,000 people in it. Go into that Facebook group, watch the videos. There's 14 minutes of commercials on there that our people, you guys, made they're so freaking funny. There's so many funny ones in there. And they're numbered. So vote for your favorite. We're going to be giving away prizes. I have my prize list somewhere where I wrote it. I'm not sure what I wrote it on. Bear with me for one moment. Okay, so we're giving away, first place is going to get a mastermind with Michael. So a private one-day mastermind with Michael. And then second place is going to get a $500 gift card. Third gets a $250 gift card. Fourth gets a $100 gift card. And fifth gets a $75 gift card. And those winners will be used in some of the ads that we're going to be sending out on Facebook to help get more people enrolled into the free Horse Help Challenge. And then everybody who participated is going to get a $50 gift card. So if all you did was participate and share your funny story with us or share your testimony with us, you're going to get credit for that. That's so awesome, Lori. I just saw this. Yeah, with StreamYard, which is the platform that we use for this, there's whenever you go to post, it'll give you an option to like let StreamYard see who you are. That way it actually comes up with your name instead of just Facebook user. All right, perfect. Awesome. If you guys need anything from me at all, we will be announcing the winners from that, the ads competition in the newsletter on Friday. We'll have some other things in the newsletter. We'll have the newest videos of Brooks that are getting uploaded this week. So we did a bulk upload of 13 videos into her horse owners course. We uploaded 13. Every week we're going to be uploading 5 more until we get to July 1st, whenever we do our public launch of that. If you guys have any interest in getting in on that, we will have a link on Friday. We've passed the window of like the founding member status where you can submit in the questions for you to get answered in this first set of videos. But there is going to be an open window if you're still wanting to get in, especially as you see what videos we're adding to the hub. There might be something that interests you and you're like, oh, yeah, nope, that was the final straw. Now I have to get in there and I have to watch these. I'm going to give you a little spoiler alert in the fact that I've been shooting videos with Brooke all day, and she is so funny and so knowledgeable, and I can't share half of her bloopers because, oh Lord, we're having too much fun. But just the endless knowledge that she has after 5 generations of doing this, and not just that, being super passionate about horses and having them be healthy, be happy, and being able to put that into video right now has just been super surreal to be able to watch. And I'm learning so many things along the way too that I would have never thought to pick her brain. So I appreciate you guys for picking amazing questions and for letting me get to pick more knowledge out of her brain. I hope you guys have a fantastic evening. I will see you next Wednesday. We have the cattle retreat, but we'll still hop on for Horse Talk Live on Wednesday, and then it will be a little bit before I see you guys next time. But get your questions ready. If you're in the club, send in your videos for next week, and we look forward to seeing you. Bye, guys.